It's no secret that Hollywood has been overdoing and milking live action remakes like crazy lately. They've been making so many of these and announcing new ones what feels like every day, and these last couple days have been no exception, but this latest news has me honestly worried about the future of the film industry. Let me explain. The first bit of news we just got yesterday is that the live action How to Train Your Dragon movie is officially already getting a sequel, so they will be remaking the second film, and it's in theaters June 11th, 2027. You might be asking yourself, isn't the first one not even out in theaters yet? And yeah, you'd be right, this film has not released yet, although the other day it was just shown early at CinemaCon and nobody was allowed to give their full reviews, but the initial social reactions were very positive, people saying this is the perfect way to do an adaptation, it adds on to the original in some ways but still stays true to the story. So clearly the studio sees something behind the scenes that tells them, yeah, this movie is going to be a major summer success, sell tons of tickets, because greenlighting the sequel before this is even out in theaters is kind of crazy. Especially when the live action Snow White movie did just absolutely bomb, showing that live action remakes are not guaranteed money makers. Obviously, this movie had so much drama around it for the last couple years that the How to Train Your Dragon movie mostly doesn't have. And I do like the How to Train Your Dragon movies. It's not like I want the live action versions to necessarily fail. It's just more so live action remakes in general. I was kind of hoping more news like this would be coming out. Disney has paused development on the live action Tangled film. Apparently, this is because of the wake of Snow White bombing at the box office with audiences, critics, everyone. Keyword is pausing the development. Maybe they're literally just gonna wait like an extra month and see if Lilo and Stitch makes like $500 million. I'm sure they're gonna immediately resume Tangled live action again. But I feel like we're just headed for a very dangerous direction with these live action remakes where Hollywood is gonna be even more creatively bankrupt than it already is, because like How to Train Your Dragon is barely even 15 years old. That's already getting a live action remake of what seems like it's gonna be the entire trilogy. Moana is not even 10 years old, and next year on its 10-year anniversary, we're getting a live action remake of this with Dwayne The Rock Johnson playing the same character just in live action. Like, I'm starting to think we're only a couple years away from Disney saying like, hey, Pixar, we don't care what you think, we're gonna do a live action version of like The Incredibles or Ratatouille or any of these, honestly, even if it's something that doesn't seem like it would work in live action like Toy Story. We've seen Lilo and Stitch, they just animate the part that should be animated. Or like even worst case scenario, imagine Sony in like 5 years, because Phil Lord and Chris Miller said they're not gonna work with them anymore. Imagine Sony's just like, you know what, we're just gonna do the Spider-Verse movies in live action more. That would lose like 90% of the meaning behind these movies. Animation is not just like, oh, we couldn't do this in live action, let's animate it instead. They chose to tell these stories in the animated medium. Like, it is an intentional choice. It's not a mistake or anything. I just feel like Hollywood's really breaking down and giving in to like the worst type of movie viewer who only wants to watch movies from properties they A, are already familiar with, or the type of people that don't even view animation as real types of movies. Like, why would you try to pander to those type of people? I needed to get that rant off, but let me know in the comments below one animated movie you hope never gets turned into a live action film. And if you want to hear about more great animation, click the video above to hear all the latest on Beyond the Spider-Verse, new screenshots, story info, and more.